Some guys are just fun to come to the ballpark and watch play the game of baseball. And right now, Prince Fielder is worth the price of admission. Jason Kipnis seemed like the frontrunner for AL Player of the Month just a week ago, and now Fielder is stating his case with authority. It will be up to Carlos Carrasco to try to turn the Prince into a frog. Next on Sports Time Ohio. A warm, sunny afternoon in downtown Cleveland today as the Indians put the Raps on a homestand. It's the finale between the Indians and the Texas Rangers. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. This homestand began with the Indians sweeping the Cincinnati Reds. Now today they're trying to avoid being swept by the Texas Rangers. One way to do that would be to avoid Prince Fielder at all costs. He is red hot right now. He has 4 straight 3-hit games. The last guy to do it 5 times in a row was George Brett, and that was during our nation's bicentennial 39 years ago.
Well, right now, Prince Fielder is the hottest hitter on the planet. It doesn't matter how you pitch him, he finds a way to get the barrel of bat on the baseball. He goes to left field, he'll go to center, and if you speed up his bat, he can take you out of the ballpark. And what a month of May he is having. The key to pitch to this guy is keep the hitters in front of him off base. You can see his last 5 games. He's got 5 homers, 15 RBIs. The month of May has been spectacular. So he is as hot as you can get. As a pitcher, you really don't want to have to throw him a strike if you don't have to, and we'll see what they have to offer. But you've got to keep the guys in front of him off base.
We'll see if Carlos Carrasco can accomplish that here this afternoon. He had 2 clunkers in a row, bounced back his last time out very good against Cincinnati.
Well, Carlos Carrasco is 3-2 after an Indians loss this year in his 5 starts. Command the fastball is what he's going to have to do early. He's got a great changeup. He pitches better against the left-handed hitters than the right-handed hitters. That changeup works. He's got to get his slider over, and he's got to try and salvage a win here in Cleveland so the Indians hit the road. Colby Lewis, on the other hand, started against the Indians back in mid-May. 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs. He had 7 strikeouts and a no decision against the Tribe.
All right, so the Indians will hit the road after today, but first, it's a high noon showdown with the Texas Rangers. When we come back, Andre Knott gets the state of the Tribe from Indians general manager Chris Antonetti. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by W.B. Mason, the official office supplier of the Cleveland Indians. By McDonald's, I'm loving it. By your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by the injury lawyers at Elk & Elk, proud sponsors of the Cleveland Indians. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. sends one to the corner bar. He just absolutely smoked it. Swung on and missed. Threw it right by him. Breaking ball struck him out swinging. Carlos Carrasco strikes out the side. And so that sets the stage for our matchup here today. It's the finale of the homestand as the Indians will try to win the finale of this 3-game series against the Texas Rangers. The streaking Ranger club has won 7 in a row. They're back to 500 at 23-23. The Indians, who were headed in that direction, have now stumbled back after losing 2 straight to 20-25 on the year. So we're just past the quarter-mile post. The Indians, again, were making a nice little push there. You have to wonder where this club is headed as we get ready to embark on another big road trip. Let's go down to Andre Knott, who spent some time with Tribe General Manager Chris Antonetti.
Yes, Matt, you're absolutely correct. Today's game and this road trip is going to be a big one for the Indians, considering what their record is and considering the teams in their division. As I sat down today with Indians General Manager Chris Antonetti, he talked about the slow start to the team and where he sees his team going in the future.
We didn't get off to the start we wanted to get off to, certainly. But I think if you look at different areas of the team, there's reason for optimism. I think the way we've played over the last 10 days to 2 weeks is more in line with the way we expect, where we started to execute a little bit more consistently in each area and put together winning games and, you know, a 6-game winning streak and some other good games in between. But I think that'll continue to be the theme for us, is that we need to execute more consistently.
Well, execution obviously is important, as we talked about it last night and the night before. Fundamentals so important. They didn't execute the fundamentals 2 days ago. That cost them dearly. Yesterday they just ran into a hot hitter, and the Indians didn't score after they got the big runs early.
Well, that's the key. This team is built pretty much on pitching, and you have to play nice defense. But they need some help offensively. When you look at hitting with runners in scoring position, there's 26th in all of baseball in that department. When you're looking at bases loaded situation, getting them in, they're last in all of baseball. They're having a tough time getting the key hit. The opportunities are there. They haven't taken advantage of them.
We'll see if that changes here this afternoon, as this Texas Rangers ball club is rolling right now. Offensively, they're scoring runs. They are getting the clutch hits, and that's why they've won 7 straight. Our window system's game time temperature this afternoon will be 79 degrees. Really a beautiful afternoon. Not much of a breeze to speak of. And we'll have some clouds and maybe a chance of a passing thunderstorm. But that, from what I understand, is later, probably more.
Well, we better hurry up and get in. We had a passing shower last night. We had an hour delay.
Yeah.
Didn't do much.
I think they're talking more around the rush hour. This game should be, knock on wood, over by then. Indians take the field behind Carlos Carrasco. And we'll take a look at the lineup he will face for the Texas Rangers today, presented by Toyota. DELINO DESHIELDS in the leadoff spot. Then it's SHIN-SOO CHOO. Prince Fielder batting third. He's 6 for 10 of the series with 2 doubles, 2 homers. ADRIAN BELTRE cleanup. Josh Hamilton fifth. Mitch Moreland, who has a 10-game hitting streak. Kind of quietly because of all the noise Prince Fielder's been making with his bat. ELVIS ANDRUS has 5 hits in the series, batting 7th. Robinson Chirinos gets his first action in the series, hitting 8th, and Tommy Field bats 9th.
Well, today's Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher is going to be Carlos Carrasco this afternoon, and Carrasco's 5-4 on the year. He is 4-3 after, 4-2 after an Indians loss on the year. He's making his 10th start. 28-year-old right-hander with a win against Cincinnati in his last start, where he went 6 innings, 4 hits, and a couple of runs. His last start against Texas, which came 2 weeks ago, he gave up 8 innings. He had a complete game in that one, but they didn't score for him. He came out and completed that game and lost to 5-1 in that ball game, so he's going to get a little revenge match this afternoon, has a chance to win. And in his career, he's 0-2 against the Rangers. Let's set the defense, which is brought to you by Chrysler. It'll be Brantley in left field. Bourne is in center. Murphy over in right. Chisenhall at third. Aviles at short. Kipnis is at second. Santana at first. Perez doing the catching.
Crew Chief Jeff Nelson has the plate today. Laz Diaz, Corey Blazer, and John Tumpane are on the bases. We're ready to go. The Indians begin play, still percentage points in front of Chicago in the Central, but 8 games off the pace. And in the AL West, Texas occupies 3rd place, but actually they're tied now for 2nd. They've moved into a dead heat with the Angels, both 23 and 23, 6.5 games back of front-running Houston.
Yeah, they are playing well.
DeShields fouls the first pitch off. We're underway. He is 1 for 4 in the series, scored a run in the opener, did not play last night. Pitches outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, I suppose for Texas, even though the Houston Astros have more wins than any other team in the American League right now, they've got to feel pretty good about where they're at. Given a rough start, they're at 500, 6.5 back. They've got to figure Houston probably won't maintain this throughout the whole season.
Well, yeah.
They'll come back to the pack at some point. Whereas if you're the Indians, not that they're out of it by any means, but you've got Kansas City and Detroit ahead of you. One team was in the World Series last year. The other team's division champion. They've got track records and teams that are built to go deep into postseason
And
play.
let's not overlook Minnesota. 7 games over the 500 mark. You didn't think they were going to be that good, but they're off to a good start, too. So you have 3 teams.
But Minnesota's more along the lines of a Houston, where
I agree.
You're not sure that they've got the mettle necessarily to run the table and maintain this throughout the season. But the other 2 teams,
they can.
They
not
can.
run the table, but they could still sustain where they're playing above that 500 mark.
Shin-Soo Choo will bat 2nd here today for Texas. Choo hitless in the series. And struggling mightily at the plate. When the Indians went to Texas 2 weeks ago, he was riding a 14-game hitting streak. And even with that 14-game hitting streak, that only got his batting average up to about where it currently sits.
Well, Choo's been one of those guys, Matt, as we know. He played here quite a while, where he rides confidence. When he's going well, he's got very good confidence. And now Texas is even replacing him in the outfield for defense late in ball games. And they're doing it with Hamilton, who, when we saw Choo play, he was a pretty darn good right fielder when he was in Cleveland.
And a roller to short. Mike Aviles throws him out, 2 down. Here are the keys to the game, brought to you by Wayside Furniture. Don't let Prince charm. Well, he has been a menace for the Indians in this series, and you'd like to face him like they're facing him right now with nobody on base, because you can kind of work around him in these situations. We'll see what the left-handed hitters do against Colby Lewis. The Indians have 7 of them in the lineup today.
This is how you want to face fielder right here. You
Pitch inside for a strike.
Don't have to go at him. Nobody on base. This guy's swinging it as well as you can swing it. Hotter than anybody in baseball. Boy, this is when they designed the DH, this is what they were expecting. Not the Rangers, but baseball. You get a guy just to hit, and he's doing just that this year. He's not playing first base.
There aren't many guys, again, we're a quarter of the way into the season, that can come into a series batting .358 and see their batting average go up.
Yeah.
That
substantially.
Is how hot he is right now. When Carrasco is not giving in, but he's not missing by much either. Fielder showing patience.
You know what? I like that. Let's see if he swings at your pitches. Sometimes when a guy's in so hot, he wants to hit, and they won't take walks. But right now he's taking those pitches that are close. There's a great pitch. So you either make the perfect pitch, or if you walk him, you walk him. He comes back with a changeup here, Matt, on the outside edge. 3-1 count, perfect pitch for Carrasco.
And the payoff, strike 3 called. He locked him up with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. And for one of the few times in this series, the Indians foil Fielder. Bottom of the first, the Indians starting lineup brought to you by Progressive Insurance. For Terry Francona today, Jason Kipnis leading it off. He is tearing it up against Texas. Carlos Santana, then it's Brantley, followed by Murphy, Swisher, and Chisenhall, Aviles, Bourne, and Roberto Perez.
This afternoon's Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher is going to be Colby Lewis, who is 4-2 on the year, a 3.49 ERA, 35-year-old right-hander making his 10th start. Second time in a span of 3 starts he'll be pitching against the Indians. He had a no decision. He left leading 7-6 in that ball game. And in 6 starts against the Tribe, he's 1-1 with a 7.82. But these guys score a lot of runs when he's been on the mound this year.
And Jason Kipnis takes it outside, ball 1. Jason led off the game with a home run for the Tribe last night. Both of his leadoff homers have come here in the month of May. The 2-1 pitch. Now you mentioned Prince Fielder DHing primarily for Texas. Jason Kipnis, meanwhile, has played every inning of every game for the Tribe so far this year.
Well, you figure one of these days he's going to have to get on a day off. The Indians.
Great clip of the game from last night. Shows that leadoff home run. I understand your point, but how do you make that call as a manager? Do you look to see if a player's fatigued?
Well, he'll show you.
You look for signs?
You'll see, you look for signs. He's not fatigued, and I don't mean he needs a day off, and I don't mean right now, because look at this. Oh, nice
what
catch.
a catch by Josh Hamilton in left field. As he holds on, he hit that wall hard, and he's a little slow getting up.
He made a very nice play, and it helped him being left-handed. Going to the line, that ball slicing toward the line, and he stayed with it. And I mean, he caught it and then kisses the wall with a pretty good one right here. Boom, right as that ball went into a glove. Easy if it would have popped out. Ooh.
Well, you could hear him grunt as he slammed into that wall.
Those walls don't give an inch.
Well, and I think the key there is it's not that he went into it with a ton of force. This is a big human being, though, running into an inanimate object that's not moving. So, one away for Carlos Santana, who pops the first pitch up sky high and out of play on the right side.
He swallowed his dip, I'm telling you. He may be throwing up. He's going to go in instead of taking a dump. He's going to end up throwing up in the toilet. He's got to be coke. He's hardcore.
Santana takes a ball inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Santana 1 for 6 in the series. His one hit was a home run in the series opener in the first inning. The Indians have hit 3 first-inning home runs in the series, yet they do not have a win. 2 down.
Let's check that Rangers defense, brought to you by Chrysler. It'll be Hamilton, DeShields, and CHOO in the outfield. BELTRE, 4-time Gold Glove winner. ANDRUS at short. Field at second. Moreland at first. Chirinos behind the plate. They've made 40 errors on the year, which is 14th out of 15 teams. The only one with more errors is Oakland.
Adrian Beltre, the Gold Glover, at third. Here is Michael Brantley, and he takes the strike. Brantley 1 out of 8 in the series with a double. And a line drive single into center field. So that 2-out base hit keeps the inning alive here in the first. And we'll bring up David Murphy. Nice little inside-out approach.
Not a breaking ball, mind you, but that's Michael's swing. Short, compact. So the first hit of the ball game goes to Michael Brantley.
Now David Murphy batting .326 so far this season. And he takes outside ball 1. Murphy 1 out of 4 in the series. He scored a couple of runs. Pulled off. And it evens the count of 1-1. Murphy sends a fly ball to left field, and a routine play for Hamilton, who made a spectacular play to start the inning. We are scoreless after 1 in Cleveland.
At Bat on your smartphone or tablet. You can stay connected with live radio broadcast stats, breaking news, and more. Download MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball.
Adrian Beltre will lead it off for Texas here in the second inning.
For Carlos Carrasco, the feat today will have to be try and hold him down. And his ERA in the first 3 innings is at 6. And the Rangers do all their damage in the first 3 innings, at least most of it, because that's when they score early.
Another plus 40 on the year in the first 3 frames. That ball's hit a long way deep right
he
field.
Good pitch.
And a short hop the corner. And Murphy plays it, but not before Beltre slides in safely with a leadoff double.
That's a really nice swing on a pitch away. He just stayed on the baseball and smoked it to right field. For Beltre, his 8th double. Look at that pitch, down and away. I'll tell you, that's good hitting. You can't throw a pitch better than that. Down, away, at the knees, if not below. They'll give Adrian Beltre credit. There's the leadoff double. Now let's see if they can get him over and in.
Well, Josh Hamilton is hitless since joining the Rangers, 0 for 7. It was a month ago, exactly 1 month ago today, that the Rangers acquired him from the Angels. He sends Brantley back on the track. Michael makes a terrific catch on the warning track, and Beltre has to hold at second base.
You know, Beltre's decision there was a little late. He thought it was going to get over his head. Look, if it gets over his head, he had a chance to get back and possibly tag up, and he waited till Brantley caught the ball instead of maybe getting back there. At least get to third base, because that's a play where you can. Because if Michael catches it, look at his momentum going back. He's got to take a step or two before he can plant, throw, and get the ball in. So his decision was a little tardy. As a base runner, he could have very easily been on third base. Watch him. He looks. Go back and tag now. He waited till he caught the ball, and then he made the decision, and it was too late.
Mitch Moreland takes a strike, 2 for 8 in the series, 1 of his 2. A big home run in the game last night that propelled Texas to the victory. Came in the 8th inning.
Yeah, he came in and turned on an inside heater.
And, you know, because of fielders' antics, no one's really talking about Moreland's 10-game hitting streak.
No, overshadowed. But that's a nice way to do it, because no one's focusing on you. You're flying under the radar.
Mm-hmm.
A 10-game hitting streak, he's hitting .341.
Well, and remember, he was on the DL. He was just coming off the DL when the Indians went to Texas. So the first time we saw him, he was just trying to get his sea legs under him. That gets away from Perez, and down to third goes Beltre. And boy, does that change the tone of the at-bat.
Yep.
Even though it's a 1-2 count.
First wild pitch of the year for Carrasco. There's the homer last night on a fastball inside. Count was in his favor. I think it was 2-0. That's why he was looking for something he could do some damage with, and he certainly did. That was the game winner.
Well, the Indians bring the infield in now. Chop to Kipnis. Beltre has to hold. 2 down. So a wise decision to bring that infield in. And on the chopper, Beltre He knew there was really no shot he had to score unless you get an errant throw or something really bizarre happening. So
yeah, he
was
had no
wise
chance
to hold his ground.
Yes, he had no chance because he would have been out. You can see through the first 3 innings in our Buick stat of the game, the Texas Rangers up 40 runs through the first 3 innings. Minnesota right there. Then you have the National League over in Atlanta and the Dodgers.
But from the 4th inning on, Texas is minus 40 on the year. So it's a weird dynamic for them. Elvis Andrus 5 for 8 in the series.
Well, they did it yesterday, Matt, when you say that, because the Indians had a 3-0 lead going into the 5th, and that's when it all changed for Texas. That's when they started their scoring.
Well, that's why the beauty of the game, all of these stats and all of these numbers, they're trends, but they're not absolutes.
Right. That is true. The Indians have worn out the Rangers in the last few years.
This is the closest thing to an absolute as there is. Elvis Andrus usually gets a hit when the Indians and Rangers play. Only one time has he not picked up a hit in a game that he has played in against Cleveland. Isn't that something?
It truly is. When you think about it, we watched him every step of the way since he's been in the big leagues. It's been very impressive.
Swing and a miss. They got him to go fish. He strikes out to end the inning. Second K for Carrasco. And the Rangers strand a runner at third. Second inning. Nick Swisher, Lonnie Chisenhall, Mike Aviles due for the Indians.
Yes. What'd you think? Wasn't that weak sauce? It was hilarious when he started to try to do the OH.
Swisher doubled last night high off the wall in left field. And thinking back on it, how big that turned out to be, because he just missed hitting a home run that would have given the Indians back the lead. As it turned out, he was replaced by pinch runner, and the Indians did not take advantage of that leadoff double. Moss, Aviles, and Jose Ramirez were the batters that followed after Gomes walked. So they had first and second, nobody out. They never got him over to get him in. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. Swisher drives it right field. Back goes CHOO on the track. He's out of room. It's out of here. Nick Swisher with his second home run of the year stakes the Indians to a 1-0 lead. You know, that's how you solve that problem of just missing a home run. Don't hit it to left. Hit it from the other side of the plate to right field where the wall's shorter. And Swisher stakes the Tribe to the early advantage.
Well, let's take a look at this pitch on our Nissan pitch tracker. He got a fastball. It was elevated, and he was able to get on top of it. Look at a good swing. Got the barrel of the bat to the baseball, and he gets up over that yellow line, hits on top, and ricochets into the seats. So the Indians will play from in front.
And now Lonnie Chisenhall takes a strike. Looks at a breaking ball down low, 1-1 to count.
It's the fifth home run given up by Colby Lewis.
And there's a liner toward right field near the line. That's dropping, and it's a fair ball. Well inside the line. Chisenhall stops with a base hit, and now the Indians have a little something going here in inning number 2.
Well, Lonnie, a guy that needs some base hits to get that confidence flowing. He had a little breaking ball or a cutter that stayed up. And it looked like he had to get it off the end of the bat because he didn't drive that ball, but it gets in for a base hit. CHOO gets it in. Chisenhall a single.
Up comes Mike Aviles. Mike Aviles, 0 for 3 so far in the series. Drew a walk in last night's game. Bounces one towards third. Nice backhanded play by BELTRE. They get one, but the throw to first goes into the camera bay. And down to second base goes Mike Aviles with a 1 out. Boy, that was some kind of pick by BELTRE, showing that gold glove form at third.
Well, he can pick it. He's fun to watch. You know, and there you'll see the backhand, get it in the glove. He makes a good throw, but he went underhand. Field went underhand to make the throw, and it was nowhere near his target. You know, he tried to make a great play. Instead, you make the error and throw it into the dugout. But they did get the lead runner, but their 41st error.
Well, as Michael Bourne climbs in, we're going to go down to Andre Knott, who has more on Mike Aviles and his situation. His young daughter is battling leukemia right now, and a lot of his teammates really showing their solidarity behind him, aren't they, Andre?
They absolutely are, Matt. I'm glad you brought it up. If you have a chance throughout today's game and throughout the weekend when we're in Seattle, you'll see a lot of the players on the Indians team with their heads shaved. They've all done that for Mike Aviles and his 4-year-old daughter that's going through leukemia. Today, Terry Francona said, you know, he goes, some people may say this is a juvenile thing. He goes, but to me, this shows how close this team truly is and how much each other means to each other. Mike said pretty much the same thing. He said, it just means the world to me that my teammates would think that much of themselves to shave their hair off, all for my daughter.
Yeah, it's obviously it's a moving gesture. But Jason Kipnis said that, you know, the way it was explained to them, his daughter's, you know, she's going to be going through chemo and she's going to be losing her hair soon. So Jason said, you know, we all wanted to join in and just kind of keep her spirits up as best we could. He said it wasn't one day we all decided to do it. Each guy's kind of gone at his own pace, but a lot of the guys have chipped in and done their part. Michael Bourne awaiting the 1-2 pitch. And a broken bat bleeder. That's going to drop for a base hit. Aviles storming around third. He'll head home. He will score. And Michael Bourne drives home the Indians' second run of the inning. They lead it 2-0. Boy, that's what we were begging for, one of those last night. Just a broken bat, a flare, anything. Some days you can't buy one. And today, Bourne cracks his bat, dumps it in, and the Indians get another run.
Well, they take advantage of that throwing error to allow the runner to go in scoring position. So Aviles ends up scoring. That's going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Now up comes Roberto Perez. He squared around a bunt but took a strike. And a strike is called. It's 0-2. Perez not in agreement with Jeff Nelson. And Nelson hearing it from the Indians dugout. As you've told me over the years, from the dugout, you can't tell in or out, but you can tell up and down, and that's usually where you'll get the loudest complaints coming from the dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's what they say. Best seat in the house, in the dugout, where you can see it. But you do get a different perspective over there.
Jeff Nelson rings him up, and I'm not sure Perez thought any of those were strikes. But that's the second out of the inning. First strikeout for Lewis.
Well, let's check it out. It's a fastball. It's down. It's away.
Yeah, I don't know. He gets the call, but it looked like he brought it back over the plate. The catcher, Chirinos. Up to the top of the order we go. Jason Kipnis, he drove one to left his first time up. The Josh Hamilton made a really nice play on, slamming into the wall in left field. Kipnis takes a strike, and a count quickly 0-1. One ball, one strike, Colby Lewis. Breezed through the first inning. But the Nick Swisher leadoff homer in the second has unnerved him just a bit. Throw to first, back easily as born. He's given up 3 hits, and the error on the double play turn has allowed the Indians to add to their lead. Runner goes. Kipnis chops it towards second base. 2 down, Bourne into scoring position. I beg your pardon, that's the third out of the inning. Inning is over. Indians get on the board with the homer by Swisher. RBI knocked by Bourne, 2-0 Cleveland. 2-0 Cleveland on top as we go to the third. And for the Rangers, Robinson Chirinos will lead it off. Then it's Tommy Field. And then the top of the order. Chirinos getting his first action in the series. And a pitch outside for ball one.
Nice crowd on hand for a 12 o'clock start here today. Weather day out at the ballpark. Kids sitting out in right field, the mezzanine level.
Lots of school buses.
Yes,
rolling
indeed.
Up to the park early today. Well, school's just about out.
Yeah, I think what do they got? The tops 2 weeks. This week and then some finals.
I think, my gang is done Monday or Tuesday. .30 pitch. Bullseye. Pack out of play, full count. Downtown Cleveland, a buzz last night with the Cavaliers punching their ticket to the NBA Finals. Now tonight we'll wait to see if, in fact, it will be Golden State or can Houston stave off elimination one more time.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Matter of fact, it starts, what, a week from tomorrow?
Yeah, the Finals. And I guess regardless, the Cavaliers will be on the road.
That is true.
And then they'll have games 3 and 4 will be here in Cleveland, and then we'll wait and see after that. Potentially game 6 as well.
It'll be a fun June here in Cleveland.
Well, the city, the region, there have been some tough times, even just recently in the past week. You know, some tense moments, but this is certainly an uplifting time and something positive that everybody is rallying around.
And why wouldn't you?
Tommy Field batting ninth. 0 for 6 in the series. Perez out to talk with his starter Carrasco. You don't want to walk the bottom guys. Not with the way some of these cats are swinging it. Guys like Fielder and Beltre, you don't want them coming up with free base runners. Make them earn their way on. Runner goes. And a ball popped in the air. Right center. Bourne calling for it. And Chirinos retreats to first. 1 away. Injury report brought to you by the injury lawyers at Elk & Elk. Johnny Cueto in a day-to-day situation. He's had some tests done on that elbow. He'll miss at least one more start. Avisail Garcia, bothered by a right knee problem with the White Sox. And that was something that we saw in Chicago. He took himself out of a game late for a base runner. Bunt towards third. Fielded cleanly by Chisenhall. He'll go to first for the easy out. Chirinos into scoring position.
Well, he's trying to bunt for a base hit there. The element of surprise. He put it down, but just a little too hard there by DeShields. Trying to make something happen. Although the base runner does move up into scoring position. An easy play for Chisenhall to just get the one.
And so with 2 down, Shin-Soo Choo, the batter, grounded out his only time up in the first. Choo 0 for 8 in the series. He takes ball one. Both the Indians and the Rangers, for whatever reason, have been better teams on the road than they have at home this year. Indians were starting to make some headway on their home record after sweeping Cincinnati, but the Tribe started the day 9-14 at home, while Texas is 6-13 in their home park. The Rangers are 17-10 on the road, while the Indians are just a 500 club away from home.
Just tough to figure out sometimes. Last year, the Indians were so good at home, they'd come back and they had a lot of walk-offs. It was fun to watch. To this year being the exact opposite.
CHOO shoots one deep to left, but it slices foul.
They had some carry to it.
Sure did. And it was staying straight about the first half of the flight of that ball as CHOO took off toward first base. But then as it reached the outfield grass, it started to slice away. Swung on and missed.
Boy, CHOO, it's been an all-or-nothing kind of year. His first 16 games, he was hitting under 100. And then he had that 14-game hitting streak that you talked about, and he was up at 373 through the 14 games. And since his last 11, down to 208. So it's been all or nothing for him.
And the 2-2 to left field. Brantley makes the catch, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, one man left. Middle of the third, it's Cleveland 2, Texas nothing. As you enjoy a cold one, and stay tuned later in the game for Miller Time, brought to you by Miller Lite. 2-0, Cleveland on top as we go to the bottom of the third. Carlos Santana, Michael Brantley, David Murphy to bat for the Indians. Pitch inside, ball one. Santana ground out his first time up. Shoots it high and foul out of play down the right side. Well, former Indians bullpen coach Kevin Cash, now the manager in Tampa Bay, did not hide his feelings well after the Rays lost to Seattle last night. There was a close call at home plate that went against the Rays even after a replay review, and then another call later in the game that he didn't like as well. And after the game, Cash was quoted as, they asked him if there was anything he could do about the poor calls or the way that the game was umpired. He said he had no recourse other, quote, than to just tell them how bad they stink.
Yeah.
That might get him in a little trouble.
I would think so.
He went on to say, terrible, terrible, it's embarrassing. We spend so much time on pace of play. Let's just get the blank call right on the field. It's terrible. They ought to be embarrassed. Feels like we got beat twice tonight.
Did you see the highlights?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The call at home plate, look, I can understand why he's upset. I can also understand I didn't see every angle, but on the ones that I did see, tough to see anything there that would show clearly that they could overturn it, so I understand maybe how that call happened. I didn't see the
fair foul ball.
Yeah, and why Kevin's complaint on that one is well, how do you just say he gets third base? You have to go back and look at the video to see where he was. Would he have scored? His argument was he should have scored on that play, and that cost him a big run in that game.
Well, yes, he showed his feelings, and it ended up, it was a close game.
One-run game, right?
Yes. So it did make a difference. So he was upset, and I watched it, and I can understand.
Brantley with a foul ball, 0-2.
Probably say the same thing.
Yeah. Well, when you're in the heat of it, and you're the manager, I can understand.
It's not a good time. I know. When you have to talk about it, they rehash it when you're mad enough. And you have to go through the interview process after the game. I just wish the umpires had to go through the same thing that the managers had to go through. Let's see how they can handle it.
Oh, I'm sure there'd be some blow-ups there.
Well, I think one of the issues that has to be resolved here is if they can explain a situation why the calls were made on the field the way they were. Nobody has a way to find that out until maybe after the game, and it's way too late after that point.
Yeah, I think there definitely needs to be some cleaning up with regards to the explanation of the decision, how the decision was arrived at. If the umpire just comes out and says, save, okay, we get that.
Yes.
But how did you get to that decision? Managers would like to know. Players would like to know.
Fans
Our viewers would love to know. We would like to know.
Right. That's the whole thing. You don't get an explanation of why the call was made. It's just...
Oh, that's roped. Right field corner. Santana hits second. On his way to third. CHOO digs it out. He'll be stopped at third base. Michael Brantley with a line drive double into the right field corner. He's 2 for 2. And the Indians looking to add to their lead now here in the third inning.
Yeah, Michael smoked that ball down the right field line. He got something up in the zone. Let's see what it is. It's hard to tell if that was a changeup or a fastball, but it was elevated, and he turned it around in a hurry. So with nobody out, they hold up the runner, Santana, at third base, second and third, nobody out for Brantley, his 17th double. Now leads the league in that department.
Murphy line drive, base hit left field. That'll plate Santana. Brantley stops at third, 3-0 Cleveland. David Murphy with his 11th run batted in on the year. And another shot against his former club.
Well, this time David stayed on the pitch. He was out in front a couple of times on swings, but he had the patented Murphy swing there. Kept his hands back, didn't try to do much with it. He took what was given, and that was a base hit to left to drive in a run, make it a 3-0 ball game, and keep it rolling. Now runners at the corners.
Still nobody out, and Nick Swisher coming up. Swisher homered to right field in his first at bat today. Popped up, foul, maybe playable. Beltre near the seats, reaches in, couldn't get there.
Yeah, look, a couple rows back. Beltre got over there in time, and he leaned into the seats, but...
It might be one of those plays, Rick, without that little extra scoreboard padding, he might have made the play.
Yeah, it's close. I think it's the second row. Look at Lefty over there. He wouldn't have caught it either way, but it was back in there. Good effort. And that's where the fans can go for it. It was in the seats when you're at home.
Outside, he missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. The inning started with a walk to Santana. Brantley doubled down the right field line. Murphy, a base hit to left to plate Santana.
Swisher jumped on a fastball for that home run, his second of the year. One right-handed, one left-handed. Now that one just got over the fence. But he got on top of the fastball by Lewis.
And the 1-2 pulls it foul, first base side, and everybody retreats to their bases. Jeff Bannister, his club riding high coming into today. A 7-game win streak. Longest current streak in baseball. But the Indians have jumped them early with a 3-0 lead. Trying to add on now. In the dirt, blocked by Chirinos. He waves at a breaking ball in the dirt, and you can hear him scream from here. Second strikeout for Kobe Lewis. 1 down in the inning.
Yeah, he didn't want to, and he realized it just a hair too late. You see that breaking ball down, couldn't hold up. He's upset with himself here. He just got done telling him, stay back. I guarantee on a breaking ball he couldn't do it. So it's the first out here in the third.
Well, here's Lonnie Chisenhall. Chisenhall singled his first time up. Kind of blooped one into shallow right field. That was the 20th hit this year for Chisenhall against right-handed pitching in 103 at-bats.
It's hard to believe, but the third base position for the Indians, it's tough. The ranking 12th in the American League in batting average. RBIs, they tied for 6th. 13th in on-base percentage. Hasn't been a lot of production coming out from that third base spot.
One. Mike Aviles waits on deck. First and third, 1 out. A run in. But after the strikeout by Swisher, Chisenhall now down on the count 1-2. And a line drive base hit right field. That's going to score Brantley. Murphy coming into third, and Sarbaugh's going to wave him home. And he will score. It's a 2-run double for Lonnie Chisenhall, as the Indians have scored 3 times here in the third to open up a 5-0 lead. Oh, boy, did the Indians need that. And did Lonnie Chisenhall ever need that?
Boy, he sure did. He went down and got it looked like a changeup down in the zone to drive it in. That's our Yellowwood bringing the lumber for Chisenhall. Hits it down into the corner. Murphy able to score all the way from first base. Brantley, Murphy making a 3-run inning. And it's back-to-back innings where the Tribe has put a crooked number on the board.
Mike Maddox out for a chat. And now he's headed back to the dugout, but not before the Indians jump Colby Lewis for a 3 spot here in the third. Still only 1 out. And Mike Aviles to the plate. And Aviles reached on an error and scored. I should say he went to second base on the error. It was when the Rangers failed to turn the double play in the second inning, and that cost him a run. Tom Bochenek tells us that Colby Lewis had not allowed an earned run yet in the third inning this year coming into today's game. To center field, DeShields. 2 down.
Well, the Tribe will take on the Baltimore Orioles on Saturday, June 6th, right here at Progressive Field. And you can save on tickets. Buy lower reserved or lower box by June 1st. You can save 20%. Plus 17,000 fans will get a Corey Kluber bobblehead. That'll be courtesy of Sugardale. Just go to Indians.com to get those tickets.
So what did we say earlier about stats and numbers? They're trends, but not absolutes.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they needed a couple of big base hits to get them going.
They needed to take advantage of some situations, because that's got to build the frustration level, doesn't it, when you constantly leave those opportunities out there?
And it seems like every time they get one early and in a ball game, everybody else relaxes a little bit, and if they get that lead. It seems like they're a different team when they play that way. Everybody doesn't try to put all the burden on themselves to get it done.
He went around. Last night's game, the weird thing about last night's game was, they got the early lead, but it was 2 solo homers in the first, and then a leadoff double that they got him in the fourth. But they didn't have any other hits. They never really threatened with the bats. Bases loaded, all by walk. And they couldn't get that hit to
when they needed
it.
Right, just like that Chisenhall hit right there.
Yeah. And now Bourne rifles one into right field, coming around third. Chisenhall will try to score. Here's Choo's throw to the plate. Not in time. Lonnie scores standing, and Michael Bourne delivers the 2-out RBI knock. His second RBI hit of the game. A 4-run third for Cleveland. It's now 6-0.
Well, and he left this one middle of the plate. Looked like a little spinner that Bourne was able to turn on and get it in, and that was coming on a 1-2 count. But Bourne, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. The Tribe opening this one up.
And now Roberto Perez, the batter, struck out his only time up in the second inning. And he lays off a pitch low for ball 1.
He has given up 5 hits out of his 8 today on 1-2 counts. So the Indians have been able to take advantage. They've been down in the count, but they've been able to find a way to get a base hit. So big 2-strike hitting now for the Indians today. That's pretty good when you can get 1-2 base hits, and there's 5 of them out of your 8.
tough to swallow when you're on the other side of that.
Yeah, when you're that pitcher, I don't know if you can't knock them out or put them away. You're having the opportunity. You put yourself in a good position.
Or at least you feel like you've got them on the defensive.
You do. You should have them on. That's when you would like to expand their zone. He hasn't been able to do it today.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the 1-2 pitch. Bourne takes off. Pitches outside, and the throw not in time. Michael Bourne with his 4th stolen base of the year.
Check the jump out by Bourne. He gets a very good jump, and he picked a good pitch to do it on. For Bourne, his 4th stolen base this year. For the Indians, 27th.
Perez launches one deep left field. That's over Hamilton's head. It's off the wall. Scoring is Bourne. Perez wide turn at first. He'll hold with a 2-out RBI single. And the Indians are having a hit parade party here in the 3rd.
Another 2-strike hit.
They've scored 5 times on 4 hits. And they have opened up a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, Colby Lewis is making some poor pitches with 2 strikes, and the Indians are really taking advantage. You give them credit. Boy, they're down in the count, but that was a 2-2 pitch compared to a 1-2 pitch, but they are doing a lot of damage. A 5-run 3rd inning here makes it a 7-0 ball game for the Tribe.
9th man to bat in the inning is Jason Kipnis, and that one almost went to the backstop. And just now getting some action in the Texas bullpen. Colby Lewis might be saying, what took you so long? It has been a long inning for the Rangers right-hander. He's walked 1.
Well, when you look at the first 2 games of this series, the first game, Phil Klein, just 2 innings in his start, so the bullpen got a lot. And then yesterday, Wandy Rodriguez, 5 1/3. Bullpen had to do a lot of cover-up.
33 pitch inning for Colby Lewis, and it's not over yet. He's given up 5 runs, 5 hits. And Kipnis shoots one left field. That's a fair ball inside the line. Hamilton tried to dig it out. Perez going to get stopped at 3rd. As Jason Kipnis delivers a 2-out double into the left field corner. 6th hit of the inning. And the Indians are just absolutely battering Colby Lewis here in the 3rd inning.
Well, they're on everything he throws. It's a 3rd double in the inning out of the 6 hits. It's into the corner. They can't score him this time. But, boy, it has been one tough inning for Colby Lewis. You know, in his last start against the Indians, he went 5 innings and they scored 6 runs on 7 hits. Today, he's in the 3rd inning. They have 7 runs on 10 hits and still 2 guys out there. Santana led this inning off with a walk.
And it's ball 1 to Santana.
Ernest T.
Anthony Bass getting loose in a hurry. Santana takes it's low, 2-0. Fly ball deep center. Back is to Shields. Racing back. He's out of room. It's gone. Over the center field wall. Carlos Santana caps a 10-run third for the Indians. His 6th home run of the season. And it's now 12-0 Cleveland. Make it 10-0. I lost track of the math there.
Well, this one's going to straightaway center. Look at that pitch out over the plate. That was off the plate. With the extension to Santana, hits it straightaway center. And boy, Lewis, just a very tough afternoon, especially in here in the 3rd inning.
Wow, what an explosion in this 4th inning, or in this 3rd inning for Cleveland, as Colby Lewis exits. And the Indians have batted around, still going strong. And a Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen for Anthony Bass. Well, the Indians have absolutely exploded here in the 3rd inning. New pitcher is Anthony Bass. They'll be facing Michael Brantley, who is already 2 for 2 today, doubled earlier in the inning. Indians with their biggest inning of the season, scoring 8 times. They've collected 7 hits.
Yeah, their previous high was 6 before this outburst. The snowman. It's snowing here in Cleveland in the 3rd.
The one time it's good to see a snowman.
Yeah.
On the scorecard. Bass with a 3-1. And Brantley takes a walk to continue the inning. And that will bring up David Murphy. Let's go down to Andre, who has more on Colby Lewis in the early exit here.
Not to pile on or anything, but the last Rangers pitcher to allow 10 runs and more than in 2 innings and 2/3 innings pitched or less, Colby Lewis, back on July 10th of 2014. So he knows his feeling, guys.
It was just last year, huh?
Wow. Every once in a while, he's got a clunker in him. Murphy swings and misses in the count 0-2, and it was David Murphy who helped get the ball rolling. He had the first RBI of the inning with a base hit to left field, just stayed on the ball, drove it over the shortstop's head, played in Carlos Santana.
This is one of those innings where everybody has something to do with it, which is good for your offense. Confidence builder, you hope.
The Indians already have 3 players with 2 hits in the ballgame. Brantley with a pair, Chisenhall with 2, and Michael Bourne with a pair of hits. Murphy could add his name to the list here. Fouled into the seats.
Murphy trying to do it in this inning. That's 48 pitches for the Texas staff in the inning.
Murphy strikes out and the inning is over. But the Indians had their biggest inning of the season. They score a season-high 8 runs on a season-high 7 hits here in the 3rd, and they lead it now 10-0. And it's time for our T-Mobile Game Changer. In the month of May, these are the 3 hottest hitters in all of baseball: Kipnis, Fielder, and Harper. Look at Bryce Harper with 12 home runs.
Yeah, I mean, each and every individual there, what an unbelievable month.
Kipnis with a .439 batting average. That's sick. He's just absolutely dominating the competition. First time up for Prince Fielder. This was a clinic by Carrasco.
Fastball in. Misses down low with a changeup. Fastball away. Another one off the plate. That one was a good one. 3-1 changeup. And then gets him with the fastball.
Fielder never took his bat off his shoulder in that 6-pitch at bat. Takes another pitch.
The way he's been swinging, hard to believe, because the last 2 days, his first 2 at-bats, it was strike 1, base hit. Strike 1, base hit.
A lot of his home runs this year have come early in counts. And there's a bouncing ball. Chisenhall from the third base foul line just couldn't get enough on the throw. And Fielder, who won't get many infield hits, has one here.
Yeah, and it goes to show you, he's one of the few hitters, Matt, that you'll see that will try and beat the shift that's applied to him. His first 2 hits were to left field last night. Chisenhall gets it, but he's nowhere in sight. The big man, he can look at for his size. Look at he knows he sniffs a hit.
How far down the line he ends up after this?
Well, you can't stop, man. It's a big old boulder rolling downhill, my friend.
It's a runaway 18-wheeler. Adrian Beltre doubled in the second inning. Low and away. 2 balls, no strikes.
This is something that Carrasco has to love, is the offense giving him some runs. In his 4 losses this year, they scored just 3 runs. But boy, they've been awfully kind today. How about an 8-run third inning?
Beltre pops it out of play to the right. Beltre can have some at-bats where he just wear you out with all the foul balls because he gets to everything, it seems like.
Well, the first at-bat, he hit a fastball down and away down the right field line. It was an unbelievable pitch, and he fouled off one right there that was, it looks unhittable.
To center field, Michael Bourne. 1 down. The second annual Velosano Bike Ride for Cancer Research takes place July 17th through the 19th. There will be 6 different routes that start and finish in downtown Cleveland, including 1- and 2-day rides. Every dollar raised by Velosano participants benefits cancer research at Cleveland Clinic. Get involved by visiting velosano.org. 1 on, 1 out for Josh Hamilton, who fly to deep left his first time up.
Hamilton hit a ball good to left field in his first at-bat. And as we mentioned, and we talked in this series of what he's going to have to do, that's where he's going to have to start his process and work his way around the field.
Michael Brantley making the catch. Prince Fielder has to retreat to first. 2 down. Mitch Moreland grounded out his first time up. 10-0 Cleveland. Wow, what an inning. 8 runs in the third for the Tribe. To left field, Brantley again makes the catch. Leadoff single, then 1-2-3. Middle of the fourth. Cleveland 10, Texas nothing.
Well, let's check out all the base hits with runners in scoring position. Started by Murphy. Chisenhall goes down, gets into the act. Michael Bourne as well. There's 3. Perez off the wall. And Santana capping it off. Well, that sums up the eight innings right there. Some big base hits, a lot of 2-strike hits.
Nick Swisher has one of those big hits. It was a home run in the second inning. It staked the Indians to the early lead. Struck out his last time up. Takes the ball down low. Swung on and missed. Right at the second baseman, Tommy Field. 1 down.
KeyBank Kids tickets start at just $10 for kids 12 and under with the purchase of an adult ticket. And the tickets are located in the new family deck here at Progressive Field. So log on to Indians.com/kids tickets today.
Well, the last time the Indians had an inning like the one we saw in the third was 2 years ago on April 20th when they scored 8 runs in the first in a game down in Houston.
Yeah, would they score about 17 in that game, I believe?
Was that the game that Scott Kazmir started?
That's where Kluber came on. Yes, I think, yes, it was.
Lonnie Chisenhall says, "Remember me, Texas?" His 3rd hit of the game, his 3rd RBI. He's got a homer, a 2-run double, and a single, and it's 11-0 Cleveland. Chisenhall, who a year ago had a career day against these Rangers down in Texas, has the makings of a pretty good ball game again here today.
Yeah, he gets a pitch to his liking and pulls it into right field, and it clears it by plenty. Makes it an 11-0 ball game. Chiz with a good afternoon.
And now Mike Aviles reached in the second and scored, and then flied to center last inning. Chased one downstairs, a ball and 2 strikes. There's a fly ball right field slicing out of play. So Jason Kipnis got that foul ball, and he flipped it up toward a young fan who's sitting in the 4th row. But a big guy in the 3rd row caught it, thinking it was to him because he's right in front of the little kid. And then Kipnis said, no, the kid behind you. So he turned around and handed it to the young fan. There's a line drive to 3rd. It's caught by BELTRE, 2 down. That'll bring up Michael Bourne. He's having a nice afternoon. 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 runs batted in, stolen base, and a run scored. Strike to the outside edge, 1-1. And Bourne with a liner to right field. That's a base hit. CHOO retreating makes the one-handed or the one-hop play. And Bourne is a perfect 3 for 3 on the afternoon.
Well, it's a party for Indians hitters today, and they are enjoying it. 13 hits. Bourne with 3, Chisenhall with 3. You've got Brantley with 2. Everybody has pitched in. Everybody's having a good time.
Roberto Perez, an RBI single and a run scored in the third. And a chopper towards third. It's a fair ball. Beltre near the bag. Throws him out, and the inning is over. But Lonnie Chisenhall off to a terrific start today. He's 3 for 3. He's driven in 3. He's gone deep, and the Indians are all over the Rangers 11-0. Honda dealers, by the Cleveland Clinic. Call for an appointment today. And by the game-changing all-new Ford F-150. The future is tough. $11-0. The Indians lead the Rangers here this afternoon. And as we go now to the fifth inning, Elvis Andrus leading it off. He's a feature of our Levin player profile here today. Said he's not really sure if he was named after Elvis Presley or not, but every member of his family has a name beginning with the letter E, including his mom, his dad, his 2 brothers, and his sister. But he's definitely got the coolest name.
Elvis, yeah.
Yeah, he even said, he used to ask his mom, he used to ask her, did you name me because of Elvis Presley? And he said she never really gave him a straight answer, so he's not really sure.
Well, I would say no then.
His dad was named Emilio. His father, unfortunately, passed away when he was a young boy. He was a professor at university in Venezuela, where Andrus grew up. His mother's name is Elvia.
That's where it came from.
And then you've got Erickson and Harold, his older brothers, and a sister, Emily.
Well, it's funny you say that because everyone in my family, my 4 other brothers and my sister, every middle name, including me, starts with the letter E.
Ah.
Yeah.
Some families like alliteration.
Yeah, I guess.
Some families like to keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Although I think it would be more confusing if everybody's name. Which one are you again? You're, is it Alvin? Is it?
Yeah, hard to remember.
Strike 3 called. Elvis Andrus strikes out, and that is 3 for Carrasco on the day. He's retired 4 in a row.
This will be our Circle K strikeout of the day. When you get this guy, you're getting somebody, because as hot as he is against the Indians and has been, there it is. Out number 1, strikeout number 3 for Carrasco.
And up comes Robinson Chirinos, who walked his only time up. Final meeting of the year between these two. Then a foul back. Let's go back down to Andre.
Hey, guys, you know, we talked earlier about Mike Aviles and all the players cutting their hair to kind of show some solidarity amongst the teammates. If you look closely at the landing foot for Carlos Carrasco, he has an orange band around his shoe. The reason why is it's a rubber band that a lot of the players are wearing that talks about leukemia and care for leukemia. Carlos wanted to take this out on the mound with him, knew he couldn't wear it on his wrist, so he put it on his landing shoe on his foot. If you look at some of the coaches, I know as well as Terry Francona, Mickey Callaway, they all have this band, orange band. So if you see it over the next couple of days, it's for leukemia, and they're all doing that for Mike Aviles as well.
Okay, you're right. He can't wear it on his wrist being a pitcher, so he puts it on the shoe. Looks like it's going to cut off some circulation to the foot, but it looks good.
The 0-2 offering. That's hammered, and that is gone. Texas gets on the scoreboard. Robinson Chirinos with his 5th home run on the year. And it's a 11-1 Cleveland lead. 1-out solo jack here in the 5th for the Texas catcher.
5th home run given up by Carrasco. And that was no doubt a little mistake. The ball came back over the plate, and a one-handed grab by a fan. Watch this. Just stands up, left-handed. Didn't. What's he
with
got?
The hot dog.
With the hot dog.
That's awesome.
Yep. Didn't drop an onion out of it. Look at that. Was he had good concentration.
Kept his eye on it the whole way.
Looked it right in. Never lost it. Never bobbled it. Great hands. No big deal. Look, it hurts a little bit, but still got my dog.
Got my dog. It's a good day.
I'll tell you, that is a good day when you come sit in the bleachers.
Got some sunshine.
Right.
Tribe's rolling.
Yeah, that's a great day. And, you know, that hurts a little, but it was worth it. Never let them see you sweat.
No big deal. Had it all the way. Out of play.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of times you'll be out at ballparks and you see fans coming in. They'll go for a catch until they see how hard the ball's coming, and then they back off. Yeah. You know, but if you stay right there with it.
We've had some good ones this year. I think the play of the year was the other day, the guy down the right field over by the corner. He reached back.
Yes, he did.
And somehow caught that ball with one hand. Down low. We might have to give out Gold Cup awards to fans this year. Golden Solo Cup, or you know, some kind of a beverage
for plays
cup
being made.
Yeah,
that we vote on.
Yeah,
I'm all for
we're
it.
seeing some pretty good ones. Now, whether or not we can find these individuals or not, but we can at least show them.
Well, we could let Andre go out there and track them down. There he is. He can hand out the yellow cups, and they'll get him out of the bay down there and let him mingle with some of the fans.
He's a man of the people.
He is a man of the people. Yes, he is.
Field strikes out. 2 down, 4th K for Carrasco.
There he goes. He's heading up. He's going to find him. He's on the move, brother. He is on the move.
Look at that. The old St. V running back, darting in and out of tackles.
He's got some brand new shoes on, and he's ready to run. He is going to track him down. Maybe, Andre, you'll be real good if you get up there before he finishes his dog.
Right back through Carrasco. And Aviles throws him out. The inning comes to an end. Robinson Chirinos gets a home run to get Texas on the board, but the play of the inning made by that guy. Bottom of the fifth inning coming up here. Texas making a couple of changes on the infield. Adam Rosales takes over at second base for Tommy Field, and Tommy Field goes over for Elvis Andrus at shortstop. Jason Kipnis leading off the home half of the fifth. Doubled and scored his last time up. Takes outside ball one. Let's go out to the bleachers. Andre Knott is with the man of the minute.
Oh, you know what? We're sitting here with Tommy, guys, who just made the catch of the day out here in the stands. Tommy, did you even know the ball was coming your way?
No, I did not. I didn't even see it. I was eating my hot dog. I just looked up. I saw everybody else standing up. I looked up and saw the ball. I just stuck my hand out.
Well, the key question is, where it happened to the hot dog, and where is it?
It's in my stomach. I just ate it. A good hot dog.
I guess so. What'd you have on it?
I had ketchup and mustard.
I might have to get you another one if you make another catch like that. Now, show your hand out there. You already got a blister. That's what Jason Kipnis' hands look like.
Blister, yeah, from hitting, going to the batting cages. So, yeah, it hurts a little bit.
Andre, ask him. I'll tell you, it's a reactionary position. Maybe he's a third baseman at heart.
I know. I should have taken him to center field, it looks like.
Off the wall for Kipnis. He's rolling into second base. He won't stop there. He's headed for third. He glides in with a leadoff triple. Well, the Indians have put on an absolute clinic with their bats here this afternoon so far. Thanks to Andre for running down Tommy in the bleachers. That was a heck of a play by the young man out there. But this was another good piece of hitting by Jason Kipnis. He's been doing it all month long. He now has 14 doubles with that hit in the third, and this is his fourth triple on the year.
Well, and just going every which way, man. Staying on the baseball, not trying to do too much, and confidence is flowing right now for Jason Kipnis.
He's now second in the league in triples behind Paulo Orlando of Kansas City, who has 5.
He had 5 the first week of the season.
Did he really?
Yeah, he had 5 in his first 5 games.
So you're saying he's in a little bit of a rut?
Well, no. Triples are tough to come by. I don't care how fast you run. You have to hit the ball. You've got to find the gap. Triple's one of the toughest plays to get in baseball.
Carlos Santana with that home run on the third inning, his 104th of his career. Among switch hitters, he and Baerga at the top of the list in Cleveland Indians history. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. Now the 2-1. Popped left field. In comes Hamilton. Got a late break, but he covers enough ground to make the catch, and twirling out of the way was Tommy Field, who definitely would have come in second in that collision.
Well, you've got a new shortstop. He moved over from second base. And Hamilton, that's a much easier play for the left fielder. Look at Field going out, and you got to call him off. And look at that turnaround. He got out of the way. Thank goodness if you're Field. They do make the catch. Kipnis stays at third, but they avoid the collision.
Had he not gotten out of the way, Texas would have had a fielder and a fielded on their team. Michael Brantley, 2 for 2, a single, a double, a run scored. He walked his last time up. And it's a little bit low, ball 1. That's hit hard, but just foul. You think back, Rick, had it not been for a sensational play by Josh Hamilton to start the game, Kipnis would already have 3 hits, and all 3 would be extra base hits.
Yeah.
And a strike called, 1-2 the count. Brantley to left. Hamilton racing back. He'll make the basket catch as he had to turn around. And Kipnis will tag and come home to score. 12-1 Cleveland. Brantley's 28th run batted in on the year. Mid-game recap brought to you by Toyota Dealers. Go back to the third inning. That's where it all happened. Swisher started it with a home run in the second. Then in the third, it was a slugfest. Chisenhall a 2-run double. Bourne and Perez back-to-back RBI singles. And, of course, Carlos Santana capping it with a 3-run homer. The Indians' biggest inning of the year in terms of runs and hits. 8 runs, 7 hits. And they now lead it 12-0. They've hit 3 home runs today.
Yeah, 7 extra base hits out of their 14. 3 doubles, triple, 3 homers.
Slowly chopped to short. Tommy Field throws him out. Inning over. We played 5. Indians 12. Rangers 1. Nolan are in the desert of Arizona to show you the McCormick Ranch Palm Golf Course in Scottsdale, Arizona. Catch 18 holes tonight at 6:30 here on Sports Time Ohio. SHIN-SOO, CHOO, Prince Fielder, ADRIAN, BELTRE for Texas here in the 6th. Base hit for CHOO as he beats the shift, punches one through the left side. Texas has their leadoff man aboard for the 4th time in 6 innings here today. Time for a Mazda game break. Here's Al Pawlowski.
Hey, Matt, Rick, Kansas City took an early lead today in New York, but then the Yankees come back. Ryan McCann, a solo home run here. That tied it at 1, and then this just happened. An A-Rod, 3-run homer. Yankees lead the Royals 4-1. Matt?
I wonder if the Royals have lost 4 straight this year. I bet they haven't.
No, I do not think so.
That could be where they're headed, unless they rally back, and certainly they could. Prince Fielder hits one off the end of the bat. It's foul up the third baseline, and he was hightailing it down toward first. He may be a big guy, but he runs well for a guy his size, and he runs hard. One pitch, fouled back. Prince's 2 sons have been with him on this road trip. They were on the field before batting practice last couple of days. It's got to be very special for a major league player to be able to share that and be able to bring your sons with you on a road trip every once in a while.
Well, the kids have it made, don't they? Once in a while, they're with them probably for the rest of the summer.
Could be 2 here. Kipnis to Aviles. On to first. They turn the double play. See, there's an example, though. Fielder, he's a star in the game, but just because he had a one-hop smash at Kipnis, he didn't half-step it. He didn't shake it.
No.
He went hard all the way.
You play the game the way it's supposed to be played. That's you give it your all. And he does, even though he knows it's a double play ball if fielded cleanly, but it doesn't matter. Hustle all the way out, but they do get him in the double play. So he has only 1 hit today.
And now Adrian Beltre, who doubled his first time up, 1 for 2. We're off to Adrian Beltre, one of his, anyway, former hometowns. Play the Seattle Mariners, beginning a 4-game series tomorrow night from the Great Northwest.
Yeah, we got a chance of maybe beating Seattle in town. They're down in Tampa playing the Rays, finishing that series. And they will head home. That's got to be a 6-hour flight for them from Tampa to Seattle, huh?
It'll be a race across the country.
And then, yeah, it's probably 5 for us to get up there.
To center field, right in the tracks of Michael Bourne. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Cleveland 12, Texas 1. 6th inning. And Jeff Bannister all but emptying the bench. New infield. DELINO DESHIELDS is at second base. He started the game in center. Adam Rosales was at second base. He went over to third. Leonis Martin is now in center field. Jeff Bannister almost had to go out and drag ADRIAN BELTRE off the field. He does not like to come out of a ball game. And you can see BELTRE he made the last out. He was standing at first base after he had rounded the bag, and he just kind of stood there, and Bannister came out of the dugout, and he was gesturing and motioning to BELTRE as if, we need you to, come in, you're done. And BELTRE didn't want to do it. He was just standing there like,
he's a gamer.
I don't want to come out of the game. Nick Swisher, 1 for 3. He started the Indians scoring back in the second with a home run. Swisher was in between on that last swing. He was also in between when he struck out in the 3rd inning, chased a ball out of the strike zone that was down. Is any of that a product of all the time he missed and trying to get it back? Get that?
I don't know if it's guessing or what. He's starting to swing it a little bit better. He's more upright in his stance. He has a tough time with the breaking ball here and changeups. So maybe it's caught in between that. I don't know if you're guessing on that pitch or not. He had that check swing in his last strikeout.
And that pitch outside, full count. And the payoff pitch is out of play to the left. Three-two from Anthony Bass, and a base hit in the left field for Swisher. Fifteenth hit of the game for Cleveland, and 3 of those hits belong to Lonnie Chisenhall, who's having himself quite a day.
Well, yeah, he got it started with a little flare to the right field for a base hit. And he's going to smoke a double, and that was a big hit with runners in scoring position, a couple RBIs, and he gets himself a big solo home run. So a big afternoon, a triple away from the cycle.
And he lines one toward left field. Hamilton slides and makes the catch. And it's one of those days where Lonnie is barreling everything up. Took a nifty defensive play to take a hit away from him right there.
Well, Hamilton comes in and makes a nice sliding catch there. I was hoping it got by him like it did the other day. Lonnie would have been off to the races and had a chance for a triple, but it doesn't. He makes the play. Out number 1.
That'll bring up Mike Aviles. He's 0 for 3 today. And taking a called strike. Last Diaz says Aviles went too far. And the count is 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes.
Aviles strikes out, 2 down. So in the game, Josh Hamilton started this day by taking extra bases away from Jason Kipnis and running headlong into the wall. Shook him up a little bit. Almost took out his teammate Tommy Field, who didn't get out of the way quick enough. Then he goes to the slide, takes an extra base hit away from Chisnall here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, when you talk about 3 different catches, that's exactly right. Running into the wall, getting out of the way of one of your players, and then making a sliding catch.
DELINO DESHIELDS throws out Michael Bourne, and they finally retire the Indian speedster. We played 6, 12-1 Cleveland. Visit mykiacleveland.com to learn more. By Levin Mattress, located in all Levin furniture and freestanding locations. And by AT&T Uverse, has more channels on the go than cable. Tribe trouncing Texas so far here today as we go to the 7th inning. Defensively now, Jose Ramirez has come into the ballgame at shortstop, and Mike Aviles has gone out to left field. Michael Brantley's day is over. Here is Josh Hamilton, 0 for 2. Carlos Carrasco, 80 pitches on the afternoon. Hamilton has his first hit of the year as he is going to turn and go for 2. Here's the throw. Forget about it. Hamilton, where in the world was he going? I know it's been a while for him, but wow. Thrown out by plenty as Mike Aviles cuts him down after his first hit as a Ranger this year.
He just had it in his mind, I'm going for 2. He didn't pick up the baseball. He didn't follow anything. If he would have realized I just got to make a turn and stop, he was thrown out by 20 feet. Look at Kipnis is on one hand, sitting on the base waiting for him.
Is the first base coach helping you at all on a play like that, or is he going, where are you going?
No, he'll say, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You know, pick up the baseball. As a base runner, you've got to pick it up. Now, I can see where you think 2 out of the batter's box, but when you round first, you got to, check it out yourself. That's not the first base coach's fault by any means.
I wasn't insinuating that. I'm just asking you, what's his role in that kind of a play, I guess?
Grab a lasso and see if you can get one of his feet in it.
Do a roadblock on him.
And hook him. That's just, that's bad base running on Hamilton's part. You're down 11 runs. Where's he going? He was so excited he got his first hit. He didn't want to stop. It was like being at the schoolyard. Keep running until they tag you.
And they did.
Mitch Moreland, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Down low, 2-2. Blooped, and that's going to go foul. Texas is heading home to open a 4-game series against the Red Sox tomorrow night. And right now, the Red Sox haven't announced a single starter for that 4-game series. Boston has certainly had their problems, but I'm thinking more about Jeff Bannister's club. Remember, they were into their bullpen like the Indians were in the first game of this series in the 3rd inning. So they had to lean on them a lot. Last night, Wandy Rodriguez only went 5 1/3. Left field, Aviles makes the catch, 2 down. And then, here again today, he's into his bullpen in the 3rd inning. So now you got to go home and play Boston. I know it's not the same Red Sox that they'd been in years past. They're scuffling a little bit, but 4 games at home against Boston when your bullpen's already on fumes.
Yeah.
Could be a rough stretch ahead for Texas.
Well, yeah, it could be. You're right.
Indians, meanwhile, this is 16 games in 16 days with 4 more to go in Seattle before they get the off day in Kansas City. And remember, it was a game in Chicago where Carrasco went the distance, helped give the bullpen a night off. He's going to, eat up as many innings as he can here today to, again, help that bullpen. And those are all little things, but throughout the course of the season, they can really add up.
It certainly does add up. And, it helps when you get a lot of runs like this because he can go out there and just cruise. When you look at it, he's into the 7th inning. You look at his 90 pitches. You look at the inning and how much he's thrown. And during the course of the game, 18 is his highest? That's really consistent right there. 14, 11, 14, 14. A 9.
Try to hold up and 1 around. Full count. And the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Carrasco has just his 5th strikeout of the day. But more importantly, 7 solid innings. He's given up just 1 run. Time now for the 7th inning stretch. Brought to you by Spitzer Auto World.
And all fans at Progressive Field, the $13 tickets presented by Sports Time Ohio. Going quickly, so get yours today. Available only at Indians.com.
Roberto Perez will lead off for Cleveland here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 for 3 on the day. Slices this out of play to the right. Tap towards second base, and DELINO to Shields. We'll throw him out. 1 away. Jason Kipnis 2 for 4 on the day, 4 for 12 in the series. This double in the 3rd is part of that 8-run inning.
Boy, you just watch Kipnis. There's a off the wall. I mean, you pitch him away, and he takes it. He's driving it the other way. There's the triple. He's fun to watch. He is hitting it where it's pitched. You try and pitch him in, he'll turn on it, and he looks very relaxed. Look at this guy, man. You talk about being locked in.
He's got another 3-hit ball game.
Wow. He is just, it's no big deal. It's like batting practice to him right now. He slowed everything down.
He's a home run shy of the cycle.
I mean, look at how easy he makes it look. Just down and away, boom, go hit it. All 3 hits that he has today, Matt, were outer part of the plate, and he just stayed on each and every one of them. It made it look easy. And he keeps climbing the ladder.
46 hits. Look out, Bobby Avila. Here he comes.
Yeah, he'll be there tomorrow. Might be there today if he gets enough at-bats.
Carlos Santana, 3-run homer. Back in the 3rd. That capped the 8-run inning for the Indians, their biggest inning of the season. Straight away center. He was the last batter Colby Lewis faced in this game today. Indians hung 10 runs on 11 hits and 2 2 innings on Colby Lewis.
Yeah, tough day for Lewis. Great day for the Indians offense.
Three balls and a strike. Well, Anthony Bass has come in and he's only given up 2 runs, but more importantly, he's sucked up a few innings for their bullpen.
Yeah, he may be on to finish it. You're right.
Santana draws his 2nd walk of the day. Well, the Rangers had made a move before the ball game to add another pitcher to the roster. They sent Jake Smolinski, the outfielder, back to the minor leagues and called up John Edwards, right-handed pitcher. So that kind of gives you an idea where their bullpen was at already coming into today. And that's why it's been all the more important for them going forward that Bass has been able to chew up some innings. Jose Ramirez, his first at bat of the day. Blocked by Chirinos.
And that's low. 2 balls and a strike. Fouled back. Evens up 2-2. And go retrieve the bat.
Yeah, they're going to give him a little stick. I'm going to say, put some on there. He said, I don't want it. Tell you what, that was pretty good work by the bad boys from both sides. One went out and gave the umpire baseballs. The other kid from the Texas side ran up and picked up Ramirez's bat and gave it to him. The other guy brought out the pine tar and the stick.
That's great teamwork. I mean, Tony Amato, Marty, they do a terrific job down there. They teach these kids the right way.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. All 3 of them involved, they did a nice job.
The payoff pitch. And a ground ball towards second. DeShields got the big hop, went to second for 1. That's all they get. 2 down in the inning. Log on to foxsports.com/fantastic all-star and upload your photos for a chance to send yourself and 3 of your friends to the All-Star game in Cincinnati now through June 3rd. Whether it's simply hereditary or maybe just watching his dad, but DELINO DeShields this is the first time he's ever played second base in the big leagues, and he's handled every play smoothly as though he's never played any position but second base. One pitch. Caught the corner. David Murphy, 1 out of 4 today, an RBI single back in that 8-run third. Fouls one back, 2-2. Now, one thing about Seattle flying home from Tampa, somebody's got to score in that game.
Yeah, it's a really good pitching matchup down there.
Felix Hernandez for Seattle. And
Chris Archer.
Oh, Archer going for Tampa. Huh?
Yeah. He's got 10 strikeouts in 6 innings.
Moreland throws a strike to Bass, who covers the bag and ends the inning. 7 in the books. Cleveland 12, Texas 1. be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians. "12-1, the Indians lead it. And coming up after the ball game, it's Indians Live, presented by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. Stay tuned for that. Robinson Chirinos homered his last time up. It's the only run of the game allowed by Carrasco. Swung out and missed. Chirinos goes down, and that's a half a dozen Ks for Carrasco. One away here in the 8th. 10 days left before the FIFA Women's World Cup begins. The U.S. women's national team will take on the best in the world in search of their 3rd title. The only place you can see the Women's World Cup is on Fox and Fox Sports 1, beginning in 10 days. Pitch outside, ball 1 at Tommy Field, who was 0 for 2.
They got to wait a little while for that ball to roll down the screen. You've got the umpire looking, the catcher, the hitter, and the ball boy waiting for it.
Think they have to slant the screens a little more next year?
Maybe.
Get them to roll down faster? 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Tommy Field goes chasing. Carrasco with yet another. He has struck out 3 straight Texas batters, 7 in the ball game.
Yeah, Carlos has only walked 1 this afternoon, so he's pitched a whale of a game. He's taking advantage of the run support given him. Comes back, he gets him to chase a breaking ball down in the dirt.
DELINO to Shields, 0 for 3 on the afternoon. But Carrasco is just continuing to slice and dice. 95, 96 with his fastball, good off-speed pitches. I know what you're saying about helps to have a lead to just kind of go out and not have.
You can relax and not have to worry about making, perfect pitches all the time.
Well, he makes quick work of the Rangers here in the 8th inning. Strikes out the side. 8 Ks for Carrasco.
12-1 Cleveland. Job well done by the Indians' right-handed starter. Here's our Pat O'Brien play of the game, Arch.
And it's all Carlos Carrasco today. He was able to go out there and just settle in. The offense gave him some support, but boy, did he ever settle in. He ended up with 8 strikeouts, 1 walk, allowed 5 hits, and he was just dealing. So the second straight time against Texas, he's been able to go 8 innings. The one was in a losing effort down in Texas, but this one should be a winning effort right here in Cleveland.
Bottom of the 8th inning. And the guy I was just talking to you about that they called up today, John Edwards, into the ball game now. Made his big league debut with Texas a year ago. Oh, but only 9 games last season. But, you know, this year, nice job. He has 13 saves with the Round Rock Express. He was second in the PCL in saves.
Well, he's coming out throwing 96. Indians with an offensive output today of 16 hits, 12 runs. They have 7 extra base hits, the 3 homers, a triple, 3 doubles. So overall, it's been a good afternoon all the way around to salvage this last game of the 3-game series against the Rangers. Make it a 4-2 homestand.
Breaking ball missed inside. 2-2. And a foul over top of the Texas dugout. Skips into the crowd. Popped up. That's going to find the seats. This day started for the Indians with Nick Swisher homering in the 2nd inning. He led off that inning. clear the wall and right. And the offense was off and running. They would score 2 in the second and then 8 in the third. And they have never looked back. Swisher strikes out, 1 away. The Indians in-game box score today. Lots of crooked numbers all over that baby. Kipnis, Chisenhall, Bourne, all with 3 hits. Brantley, Swisher, each with a couple. Santana's 3-run homer was the capper in that 8-run third. And this guy, he was off to another terrific start. 3 for his first 3 with a 2-run double and a home run. Then last time up, he scorched one to left. Josh Hamilton made a sliding catch. As you pointed out, if that gets by him, and Lonnie may have a chance at that triple.
Yeah.
And it could have been a cycle in 4 at-bats. That just, again, shows you how special the night he had a year ago was. Because sometimes you can hit the ball great and the guy makes a good play against you.
Yeah, if it stays in the yard, yes.
Last year, though, of his 5 hits, 3 of them they couldn't catch.
Well, that always helps.
Ties him up. Good pitch. Hit that one twice with his bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chisenhall goes down swinging, so after his hot start, the Rangers cool him off in his last 2 at-bats. This is the game we're referring to a year ago. Started out with a rip job, and then that one leaves the yard. Another one out of here.
That one leaves the yard.
This one over the head of CHOO. And one more time, goodbye. What a night. 9 runs batted in.
Yeah, that's a special night that you'll never forget. We'll never forget.
One-0 pitch. Checked his swing, but he went around. Off the end of the bat, that's dropping, and it's in for a base hit despite a great effort by DELINO DESHIELDS, who was tracking it all the way and went out into a dive to try and pull it in, but just beyond his reach.
That's the outfielder in him trying to make that play, going from the infield, and had his back to the infield. It's outstanding effort in a 12-1 ball game. Boy, they can't give much more than what he does right here. He wanted to catch that ball, and oh, so close. Good effort. Good try. Base hit for ELVIS. So now he was the only one with a goose egg on his name. Now he joins the party in the hit parade.
Yeah. Well, Michael Bourne had 3 hits in his first 3 trips today. All 3 singles, 2 RBIs, stolen base, a run scored. The 0-2 up off the glove and down to second goes ELVIS. You know, we were talking about the game that Lonnie had and how no one was there, especially associated with the Indians, will forget it. You'll always remember a game like that. Are there games that you have recall of that are tied to performance related. Not like, I played in this one, it was a great game, but a performance outside of Barker's perfect game. Obviously, that's got to be right up there.
There were
at the
a couple
top.
of games. I couldn't tell you the numbers, but you go out there and you were just locked in with everything you did.
Lazy pop to left. Hamilton makes the catch. Inning is over. We head to the ninth. 12-1 Cleveland. As we promised earlier, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Let's go back to that third inning, because it was one to remember.
Well, it certainly was. They just kept on hitting the ball. They had a lot of two-strike hits in that inning, which was good to see, and guys hitting with runners in scoring position, something that is desperately needed here by the Indians. And this could certainly be a shot in the arm because everybody participated. And you have an 8-run inning. That's hard to do. It's their biggest one of the year, the biggest output. And it was capped off by a 3-run homer by Santana, so it was fun to watch. I'm sure Texas didn't enjoy seeing it, but for the Indians and Indians fans, it was a good one.
Well, as you say, not only is it the biggest inning of the year in terms of hits, but also in runs and hits, both.
Yeah,
8 runs,
right.
7 hits.
I like it with 2 strikes.
Yeah.
You know, the 2-strike hits are big. 1-2, they had 5 hits today on 1-2 counts.
Scott Atchison working here in the ninth. Shin-Soo Choo, Prince Fielder, and Leonis Martin due up. 2 balls and a strike. And that will even the count at 2-2. Down and in, full count. And a blooper to left field will drop for a base hit. Let's look back at our keys to the game, brought to you by Wayside Furniture. They've held Fielder in check today. He's got 1 base hit. That was an infield hit that he squibbed towards third base. And the Indians just hammered Colby Lewis today. They had their hitting shoes on. Prince Fielder takes low ball 1. Chopper in the hole. Kipnis runs it down, spins and throws, got him at first. Took a terrific defensive play to keep Fielder from yet another hit in this series. Kip able to run it down. Big bounce, but a big hole on the right side of the infield.
Yeah, range to your left, make the play, spin and throw it. The way he was going in this series, you're surprised it didn't get through with that top spin on it. You know, did you see how he had to really reach out towards the end? So a good play by Kip.
Brings up Leonis Martin, his first at bat today. And a strike called. 1-1 to count. Back out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. The Indians are off to Seattle. We'll greet you tomorrow night from Safeco Field. It'll be at 10 o'clock Eastern time. First pitch. Bouncing ball foul, first base side. In fact, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all game times will be just after the hour of 10 o'clock in the East, and Sunday will be a 4 o'clock Eastern time start for the finale. Here is the 1-2. That's hit a long way. And that baby is not coming back. Into the bullpen it goes. Leonis Martin with a 2-run homer here in the 9th. And that makes it a 12-3 ball game.
Well, no doubt about this one. See the breaking ball from Atchison, and he just gets a barrel head of the bat out to it, and it carries into the bullpen and hits it deep. Almost got into the upper deck back there.
Breaking ball and a big curve in for a strike to Hamilton. Throw down to first. 2 away. Stay tuned for the Indians Live, brought to you by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care, coming up next. Mitch Moreland 0 for 3 on the day. Scott Atchison deals, and Moreland checks. It's up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Yankees lead the Royals 4-1. They're in the 6th in New York. Moreland with a ground ball base hit into right field. And so the game continues now for Adam Rosales. Rosales struck out his only time up. And a strike called over the outside corner. One and one to count. And a foul right back. One strike away from putting the capper on this homestand. And the 1-2 pitch. Slowly chopped to third. Chisenhall sets and throws, and the game is over. The Indians snap the Rangers' 7-game win streak by taking the finale of this series. The final today is 12-3 in favor of the Tribe. The Indians win 4 of 6 on the homestand. They've won 7 of their last 11 overall, and they're now 21-25 on the year. Texas leaves town 23-24. Win to Carlos Carrasco. He's 6-4. The loss to Colby Lewis. He drops to 4-3. So a big explosion for the Indians today offensively. Something that they've been waiting for. Something that was frustrating in last night's loss to the Rangers, in which the Indians coughed up a 3-0 lead and fell 4-3. No such doings today because the offense put some distance between themselves and the Rangers from the get-go.
Well, it was really nice to see. They had to bounce back. They played really well on this homestand, but they gave away game 1 in this series. They come back. They fought. They had an opportunity yesterday to lose a 1-run game. But today there was no doubt. Carrasco, 8 solid innings. The offense comes out. They have 17 hits. It was just a good day to go. Now we head west and we get out to Seattle for 4. So overall, a good homestand.
12-3 is the final today. We'll be back with some final thoughts right after this.